Hi, to begin today, I'll get right into it. So, LBU graphics.jar, properly added to project, showing project. Here, library root. And to show the project structure, this is the compiled as the dependency. Next. Okay, I've done this as my turtle app, turtle.java, where I have imported. I have the package, public class, turtle extends LBU graphics, and this is how I've set it up. To show the main class, here is the main class. This is my menu. This is so that I can actually run it as a background thread or run background threads. So this creates a menu in the background. These are all my menu buttons for each of my modes. So I have draw from a PNG image, text command mode, draw preset shapes, WASD controls, and about. Each have listeners to launch their given mode when clicked on. And this centers it and everything. Okay. The about method. I can do this in two ways. Okay, let's minimize that. About. Let's click on that one. It takes a second, but there we go. It has displayed it. I'm going to click off that and just go into text command mode. And now type in about, and it will just display the animation of it drawing it, and then it returns to the center. Okay. Yes. Show all of this in your project. Okay. Well, where to begin? Let's go down here. Okay. Show turtle window with save load. So, turtle is T. Turtle dot set preferred size. Set GUI visible. T dot build layer add it. This adds the turtle in. This is just button layout for save and load. Yep. Turtle, new turtle. Here as well. And then here for the image drawing mode, I've got these as just, I could have written this differently but didn't, because I wrote this part before everything else and didn't actually read the, point is, I have done this. Creates an object of the turtle class, which is here. That's got everything in it. Just showed you this, where I typed in about, clicked enter, I'll click the OK button instead, about, okay, and it will just retrace it at the moment because, I mean, it's already there. Yeah. Command support. All my commands are case insensitive. Okay, don't run. Yeah, okay. Pen down. Where's that gone? Here. Turtle. Pen down. Colon. Draw on. Pen up. Draw off. If I scroll down here, I'll also have just that, and then the record. Yeah, that does that. Then move. Yeah. Okay. Okay, before I do all of this, I'm going to clear it and then start. So move 50. If I just type in move, it will show missing parameter, or missing distance rather. See it in my code. It will be, well, forward is not that one, this one. This is the boundary stuff, as you'll see later. Supers forward, and then parameters distance, and then it records it later, obviously. And then, okay, move. If it's empty, it doesn't work, but otherwise it'll just do the same thing as forward. With move 2, this one basically teleports to an XY. Similar to, where is that one? Yeah, anyway, that's move 2. Which they are different. So move 50, another one. There we go. Move, you've just seen that works. Reverse. So in here, backward keeps it in bounds, just like forward, records it, and then up here, backward, reverse, back, all do the same thing. If it's empty, missing distance. Integer, passes parameter, yeah. And I will show you doing this reverse. Does it do with or without a parameter? Okay, well, reverse 200. Ends up facing the same way. And points in the same direction as it was before. Yep, works with the parameter. Right. Left command. Left 90. Well, you've just seen it does that. So move 100. Right command. Right 90. And then, okay, move 100. Pen up. Right 90. Then you want me to move 100 again. Move 100. Then, yeah. See the N shape with the turtle on the bottom left and pointing left. Well, not quite. But it has worked. Red. Okay. Let me show you that. I've got 4 different colours by name here. So blue, red, green, white. White is the default. And that would be here. Yep, default colour. This is likely why that didn't actually work entirely with... Well, it did work entirely, but it wasn't facing the same way. Okay. So here I'll do pen color red. For pen color, it is RGB, so that takes 3 different numeric values. But if I just type in red, then it'll switch to red. Forward 50. Right 90, and then pen down, pen down, and forward 50. Does a little bit of red. Blue. Forward 50. Green. Forward 50. And then back to white. Forward 50. 4 different colours. Clear. Well, not on the far left, but I'm on the far right, but that's just me being special, I guess. Okay, reset. Oh, I need to show my code for that, sorry. Turtle, and then I'll show clear, just goes clear, and then down here, somewhere, clear, supers that, and then records there. Yep, reset. Okay. Right. Move 100. pen down first. Well, it does that, yeah. And then reset. I didn't put it in the same place as that, I don't think. It just, yeah. Here, be here. Reset just calls reset from LBU graphics. And if I, okay. And then on to validating commands. Option 3 now. Reports invalid commands type XXX. And it should report that it's invalid. I'll exit this and go into text command mode. Unknown command. In here, it'll be in turtle and process command. So if it doesn't match this command and the commands in this switch, it will display at the bottom here unknown command plus the command, and then it does the same for parameters, and yeah. And to show this, you've already seen that. I'll type move missing distance and then move XXX. Parameter, not a number. For bounds parameters, the way that I did this was, let me find it. It's not that. Yeah, so for this, I did, so it gets the old X and Y, and then once it actually reaches the boundary, which is dictated by panel width and panel height, it displays cannot move outside the canvas. Otherwise, it works, so it records forward plus distance for the save load function. I'll display this. I'll do it in this one. If I just go forward, bonk, cannot move outside the canvas. Simple, works. Requirement 4, saving and loading. Save command works to save an image. Draw something with the commands showing your code, then draw something, save it. Okay, so save load commands are here, or the methods are here. So the writer works like this, so it uses files, and the buffered writer takes the history, which is recorded in each of the functions. So if you see here, record, it takes all of those and puts it into a text file, which you can save anywhere, and you're given the option to save it anywhere. And then it is loaded, reset the turtle to the middle, pulls up the list of the commands, then clears history, and then presses recording of new history, pen down, and yeah, goes through each of the commands. If it has a command that it doesn't like, catch error, and as it does this, it adds to another history. It also displays the history size, which means that, or in saving it and loading it, it displays the history size. So if it only saves something as 0, which it was initially because it didn't actually put the record in properly, or hadn't got the right import actually, and yeah, it'll show that it hasn't saved properly. To show this, let's do a little spin so you can see. Do a little wave or something. Not quite the sine wave I was looking for, but it's something. Save. Let's go into Documents, Test, LLF. Save. Saved, 148 commands. Documents. Let's clear it for, oh, it's lagging out. There we go, well, it did it. Anyway, clear, load, documents, test. It does take a bit, but it is quite a few commands. There we go, and it's back. You can see that I've done that and that, and now I'll show the text editor. And here is the file, as you can see. These are the commands that it saved. Load the text file, the commands and execute some use commands saved in the previous section showing your code. Yeah, I just did that. Haven't been able to do that though. I wasn't able to actually stop it from closing if it hadn't saved, but yeah, same with that. And then on to 5. Override the about command or about method so it shows your name. Okay. In here was, it's down here somewhere, an about name. So calls the about, then sets up a new turtle, sets the position for it, and then does all of this, sets the colour, sets the font, sets, and then this is what actually basically prints it, and then that records it. And to show it working, main app, launch, text command mode, about name, and it draws. There's my name. Okay, next. Square length. Well, squares there, and then that's, wait, sorry. Draw square. It's a square. Draw, oh, not draw square, just square. 100, and it will draw that. Pen colour. So, pen colour is here. Set pen colour. It's in this format, and it just takes it from here. And then I've got this set to. It's in the switch. Pen color. If it's empty, it's missing the values, and then it's split by this. So commas. Anyway, pen color. Let's do 155, 50, and 100. Forward 150. And there's the new colour. Pen width. I have this pen size. Pen size is down here. In set pen colour, which not that, sorry. Where is it? Pen size, I was right there. It's late. As you can see, it takes it from LBU graphics. If it's too small, i.e. less than a pixel, then obviously it's not big enough because it's less than a pixel, so it doesn't allow that. And then just records it afterwards. So pen size 15, not 215, that would take up half the thing. Reverse 150. There, you can see it. Next, triangle size command that draws an equilateral triangle. So I have two triangle methods now. The one for an equilateral one is a lot simpler, surprisingly, but that's the code. Then if I just type in triangle 50, it will draw a triangle of size 50. Where's what I want to show? Yeah, just there. That's it. What's next? Yep, the three different sides. So I've put it in as triangle var because it's varied in size, different lengths. So what I've done is I've introduced an array, declared each side. If they're equal to the third side, then it would effectively just be a line instead of 3 lines, so it's invalid. But cosine rule, radians to actually find the internal angles, and then these internal angles I have to turn them into external ones because of how the turtle actually turns, and then this is how it draws. In the main app, yeah, it's in shape mode, so I've got triangle, 3 sides, square, star, rectangle, circle, so I'll come back to this because this is additional. This isn't just core. So it takes each integer separately, but then down here I declare it. These have to be final, so they are. Yeah, this is the switch for that. And yeah, if I go back to the menu and go, actually I'll just go there. Triangle 77, 88 and 55. Why is it doing that? Because I haven't triangle varied. And it draws the triangle and displays what parameters you've given it. I'll do it again to prove it wasn't just a fluke. There. Now I have had to round the integers, or what I would have as a double here. I have to turn it into an integer because then otherwise it comes back with a whole bunch of errors, and yeah, it doesn't work. But integers are good enough, especially for this. Yes, there are plenty of things that I've done which aren't on the marking scheme. So, you may have noticed, you probably noticed, that I've got an image scanner which takes an image, a PNG image, which is hopefully a vector, and uses Sobel edge detection to actually scan for points. Then that is then taken into a list of those coordinates, and then in the main app, the file extension filter is here, searching for PNG images, and then it just initializes here. Initially I was having problems, and I thought it was because it was potentially too intensive to run everything and just hope that it was working all at once. So that's why I introduced the swing worker, so I could actually do these as like a background thread instead. So it's very self-explanatory. The points, scans it using this. There. And then it returns points. Once it's done that, it will, if it hasn't found any points, it will display that. If it does find the points, that's where draw path comes in, and it starts drawing the points. So this just takes that, the list of points, scales it, because the image isn't going to be the same size as the canvas, so you have to scale it. Yep. And then it goes through the points. After this, yeah. So this is just a loop saying it goes from point to point, basically. until it reaches the last point. And I can demonstrate this. So, let's exit command mode and select draw from PNG image. I've got some example ones here. So, let's look at the bike. It is slightly stretched, I know. However, it has scanned the bike that I've got, or a PNG of the bike, and it's done this. I'll select a different one. Let's go for a gun, and it draws the gun. Yeah. Further than that, on the stuff that isn't on the mark scheme, is probably going to be each of these, the menus, how I've created the menu. So, yeah, each of these is a button, then it adds it to the panel. Each is an action listener, so if you click on it, it opens. There's a drawing mode, or image drawing mode, it scans it first, and I've just shown you that. Command mode, very simple in comparison to the others. Shape mode, which I will display now. So here it comes up with a shape selection screen where you can select any of these. Let's go with a star. Then it will prompt you enter the size. I'll go 150. And it takes a second, but there we go. It's drawn the star. So this is what you've just seen with the different menu selection parts. I don't know how to phrase that, but that's what you've just seen, just a simple catch. Yeah, so this, where I've said show turtle window with save load, is where down here, show turtle window with save load, this is how I've set out each of the, or I've set out the main turtle canvas window. So here are the save and load buttons. The reason why I called it that is because I did this quite late in comparison to everything else. But save button, it's at the bottom of the screen, and it works well. What else? I even included a section for just about, and when I click on that, if I go back, after a second, surprise, it works. Now, the last additional thing that I added was this, so I could actually use WASD and space, obviously, to move and draw. So it's got a key listener, so when it's being pressed, it does each thing. And then toggle pen state, obviously, and I'll just demonstrate. Forward, And pen up, pen down. That's enough of that. Yeah, I think that is probably everything. Oh, yeah. So on close, let me just scroll down to one of these here. Yeah, so I've got a window listener as well, which means that if I close a window, it shows the menu again. Which, one, stops you from losing it under however many other windows, and just reduces clutter. Yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you. It's been enjoyable actually programming this, and I have learned a huge amount from it. So, thank you.